I just heard we're not broadcasting yet, Chair French. I
You
don't.
should be going now.
Oh,
It's just I just not getting it
Joe,
started. So
can you confirm the lag is over and we are up on
yes,
YouTube?
yes.
All right. Well,
I'm
we do
hearing it's not showing
apologize.
up on the website yet.
It'll take about a couple minutes. It's usually a little bit before it actually shows on the web page.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Uh-huh.
We do apologize for the delay. This is Chair French. We had some technology issues this morning, but I am at this time convening the regular business meeting of the Kansas Corporation Commission for Thursday, May 8th, joined by my colleagues, Commissioner Keene and Commissioner Keither. On today's business meeting agenda, we have a consent agenda consisting of 24 items and 5 noticed items. We will begin with our consent agenda, and I have one announcement. I am going to remove consent agenda item number 23 at the request of staff. So that takes us down to, we had 24 items, we now have 23 items. Commissioners, you reviewed all those items on the consent agenda. Let me ask at this time if you have any questions, beginning with Commissioner Keither
No questions.
and Commissioner Keene.
None for me either, thank you. I would move approval of the remaining 23 items on the consent agenda.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda, noting the removal of that item number 23. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. The consent agenda is approved. We now move to our noticed items, and we will begin with docket number 25, KGSG 382 COM, and this is a proposed order on prima facie determination. Our presenter for this item is Mr. Aaron Bailey. Go ahead, Aaron.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you. Ms. Sherry Donaldson filed this complaint against Kansas Gas Service, stating that she had recently been billed for service at a house that she sold in 2021. Ms. Donaldson alleges that she had service canceled when she sold the property, but was contacted by KGS in January of this year about an unpaid bill for service rendered in 2024. She's tried to resolve this issue with KGS to no avail and is requesting to have any remaining charges removed and the collection efforts to cease. We do recommend a finding that the complaint meets the requirements for a prima facie determination under KAR 82-1-220, and the complaint be served on KGS for an answer. And I can answer any questions you may have.
Aaron, are there any questions on this item, beginning with Commissioner Keither
No questions.
and Commissioner Keene?
None for me either. I'd move approval of the order.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the order as described in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. We now move to our second noticed item. This is in docket number 25, KGSG 387 COM. This is another proposed order on prima facie determination. And again, our presenter is Mr. Aaron Bailey. Go ahead, Aaron.
Thank you. Yes, in this matter, Ms. Kristen May filed a complaint against KGS stating that she had received several bills for service for her vacant rental property. She states that she was notified the bills were the result of a leak in the furnace, and alleges that KGS later inspected the furnace and said there was no leak. She's requesting to have any charges for this property removed. And here we also recommend a finding that the complaint meets the requirements for a prima facie determination under KAR 82-1-220, and the complaint be served on KGS, and I can answer any questions you might have.
Are there any questions on this item, beginning again with Commissioner Keither
No questions.
and Commissioner Keene?
No questions. I would move approval of the order.
Second. I'll sleep there for a minute.
We've got a motion and a second to approve the order as described. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. Thank you, Aaron. We now move to our third noticed item. This is in docket number 25, KGSG 396 COM. Looks like KGS is the lucky party this morning. This is yet another proposed order on prima facie determination. And again, our presenter is Mr. Brian, or not again, for the first time today, our presenter is Mr. Brian Fedottin.
Yes, thank you, Commissioners. This is a complaint against Kansas Gas Service alleging that it failed to accept Ms. Bennett's payment during the cold weather rule period and wrongfully canceled her payment plan agreement. In this order, the commission concludes the formal complaint establishes a prima facie case and shall be served upon KGS for an answer within 10 days. With that, I'm available for questions.
Sorry. Thank you, Brian. Any questions on this item, beginning with Commissioner Keither
No questions.
and Commissioner Keith?
No questions from me either. I move approval of the order.
Got a motion and a second to approve the order as described by Mr. Fidotin. Any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
We will now move to our fourth noticed item. This is in docket number 25 CONS 3360 CPEN. This is a proposed shut-in order for Barracuda Operating Company. Our presenter for this item is Mr. Tristan Kimbrell. Good morning, Tristan.
Morning, thank you. Before you is a shut-in order for Barracuda Operating Company, which continued to perform oil and gas activities after its license was suspended for non-compliance with the Commission's penalty orders in dockets 25-CONS-3050, 25-CONS-3223, and 25-CONS-3242. The Commission previously issued a shut-in order for this operator on January 28, 2025. This order assesses a $25,000 penalty and directs Commission staff to seal all oil and gas operations of the operator. With that, I would recommend approval of the order, and I'm available for any questions.
Tristan, are there any questions on this item, beginning with Commissioner Keither
No questions, but let's see if this one works.
and Commissioner Keen?
No questions from me. I would move approval of the order.
Got a motion and a second to approve the order as described. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. Thank you, Tristan. We now move to our fifth and final order of the day. This is in docket number 25 TRAM 376 PEN, and this is a proposed penalty order in that docket. Our presenter for this item is Mr. Hassan Latif. Good morning, Hassan.
Morning, Commissioners. The penalty order before you arises out of a compliance review of Party Express LLC, a common carrier which hauls passengers operating out of Wichita, Kansas. On April 14th, 2025, staff special investigators conducted a compliance investigation on this carrier and found 43 violations. And the order before you sets forth those violations in 10 specific counts, resulting in $6,400 in total penalties. I'll briefly summarize some of the violations. They include a $1,000 fine for failing to implement an alcohol and controlled substances testing program, a $750 fine for failing to maintain driver qualification files on the drivers employed, a $750 fine for failing to maintain records of inspection and maintenance on the vehicles operated, as well as a $1,000 fine for failing to enroll in the Federal Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse. Additionally, there were fines for failing to obtain annual inspections on the buses that were operated, among other violations. Staff believes that the fines are appropriate and recommends approval of the penalty order. Both I and staff are available and present to stand for any questions you have.
Mr. Latif, are there any questions on this item, beginning with Commissioner Keither?
No questions.
And Commissioner Keen.
No questions. I would move approval of the order.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the order as described in this docket. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please vote aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed, say no. The order is approved. Thank you, Hassan.
Thank you.
With that, we have come to the conclusion of all the items noticed on today's business meeting agenda. If there's nothing further to come before us this morning, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move that we adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, vote aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you all. Take care.
Take
Sorry
care.
for the slow start.
Bye.